remind yourself how far you've come. How far you've come from the obstacles that have held you back. How far you've come from those doubts and fears. How far you have come in life. How far you've come financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Remind yourself how far you have come. And understand that it's only up from here. Yes, there will be moments when it will feel like you're taking a step back. Yes, there will be moments when it feels like things are going downhill. But whatever goes up must come down. And the moments when you're down are actually just a setup for an even bigger come up. It's like the stock market. It doesn't just always go up, it goes like this. So even though it went down here, it's higher than it used to be. And just keep hope alive. Realize that there's so much to be grateful for. There's so many things that had to take place for you to be in such a blessed position. There's so many things that you've overcome, whether you know it or not. Maybe you forgot. But for those who don't know, right now I'm in an entirely different state by myself for the first time. And it's so different. It's so peaceful. It's so different than what I'm used to. It's very quiet here. It's a very small town kind of vibe. It really looks like something out of a Netflix movie. And I say that in full gratitude. I say that in understanding I'm seeing something I've never seen before. I'm seeing a part of life that I've never seen before, a part of the world I've never seen before, a part of myself, a part of just what it means to be alive. Because there's so much that we don't know. There's so much of the world we haven't seen. There's so much to who we are that we haven't seen. There's so much beauty in every single moment of being alive. There's so much beauty in just being able to sit on a bench, look out at this little stream right here, look out at the trees, feel the sun on your skin, have all 10 fingers, be able to speak, be able to feel the cool wind blowing through my hair right now. There is so much to be grateful for. But we often get distracted. We often lose sight of that because we're thinking about what we don't have. We're thinking about how we don't have $1 million. We don't have a Lamborghini. We don't have a pet house. We don't have this. We don't have that. We don't have maybe that relationship we want. We don't have the grades we want. We don't have this and we don't have that. But being ungrateful for what we do have leads to us staying stuck. You know, there's a verse in the Bible that says, to him who is a good steward of little, I will give more. It's something like that. And there's also one where it's a story. And basically God gives all of these people talents. Like he gives them skills, abilities. Some of them can play music. Some of them can dance. There's artists. There's construction workers. I'm just using those as examples. You know, it doesn't specify what their talents were, but just think of it that way. You have people who are really good at things. Some people are good at music. Some people are good at dancing, construction, gardening, poetry. Everyone has talents. And there's one man who he has 10. There's another who has 3. And then there's one who has 1 talent. And some time goes by and, God comes to them and says, okay, the man I gave 10 talents, what did you do? He says, oh God, I turned 10 into 15. He's like, good job. Then he goes to the man who had 5 talents and he says, oh God, I turned my 5 into 10. Good job, I'm proud of you. Then he goes to the man who he gave one talent. And the man who he gave one talent, he buried it away. He hid it. He didn't show it to the world. And God is upset by that. Because when God gives you a skill or an ability or a talent, it's not just meant for you to hide it away. It's not just meant for you to hide your art from the world, to hide your poetry, to hide your skill, to hide your abilities from the world. It's meant for you to go out there and share it. It's meant for you to give that to the world, to multiply it, to be fruitful and multiply. You know, that's one of the first lines in Genesis when God's talking to humans. He says, be fruitful and multiply. That doesn't just mean, have love, make kids and all that. It means to multiply what I have given to you. To take what I've given and create more. There's a saying that a man gets a house, but a woman makes it into a home. And everyone played their part in that dynamic. If I bring a house, you create a home. If I bring food, you create a meal. If I bring seed, you create a life. And without one, you cannot have the other. And nobody's better, nobody's greater than anyone else. You have certain skills, talents, and abilities that I don't. And I have certain talents, skills, and abilities that you don't. But when we come together, we can multiply what each other has. If we were both hunters and I can catch a rabbit and you can catch a rabbit, but we come together, we can catch a deer, which is a lot bigger than 2 rabbits. So we're not adding to each other, we're multiplying each other. We are magnifying each other's abilities. And the skills and talent that you have, when you combine that with other people, you're able to multiply. You're able to create something that wasn't there before. It's like the combination of black and white. If you make the color white with white, you only get white. If you mix black with black, you only get black. But if you mix black and white, you get gray. And depending on the variation and the amount, you get like different shades. You get like dark gray, light gray. You can like make patterns, you can make spirals, you can make yin and yang. And within every challenge that we face is the seeds of greatness. Within every hard time are the seeds of better. Within everything that we feel like is holding us back is actually setting us forward. Because had I not gone through challenges, had I not overcame, my own mental health struggles, I wouldn't be doing what I do today. Normally I say it at the beginning of the video, but my name's Lawrence for those who are new. I'm a youth empowerment speaker. I specialize in helping teens and young adults build self-love, confidence, and a positive outlook on life. And what got me into this was, growing up, facing child abuse, getting diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It was a lot. And it was hard, it just was. But we don't have to allow life to keep knocking us down. Life's going to try. People are going to try. Situations are going to try to take us down. But when you realize that you're not defined by your past, you're defined by what you decide to make of yourself, you'll start to realize that you're really capable of anything. You're capable of achieving your goal. You're capable of achieving those dreams and ambitions. And, there's going to be people who are going to say it's irrational, that's not possible, be realistic. But I believe it's Mark 10:27. With man it is impossible, but with God all things are possible. And that's not something, that's not the realistic things, that's not the thing that makes sense. No, it's all things. It's all things. Your biggest, wildest dreams, your hopes and ambitions, those goals you have for yourself. You want to go from 300 pounds to 200. You want to become the first millionaire in your family. You want to go to college. You want to start a business. You want to do things that people are going to call unrealistic. You want to do things that people are going to say, that's not possible. Be realistic. We can't because of this. But with God, all things are possible. I met a lot of people throughout my life who have helped me to get to where I am. I've met people who have gave me free things. I've met people who have supported me in tremendous ways. I've met people who have done networking opportunities for me. I've met so many fantastic people in ways that sound completely unrealistic. I met a guy, his name's Ron, who he runs an organization. Well, not an organization exactly. It's a company that helps speakers get paid, booked, and understand the business of professional speaking. And a membership to his site is like $300 a month. And after me and him met when I was 18, we had a conversation. And we started talking about, okay, well, why did I decide to become a speaker? What led me to this point? And after hearing my life, after hearing what I've been through and what I'm working towards, he said, you could just have it for free. Like we need more people like you. So he gave me that for free out of his own decision, his own choice. I didn't even ask him to. He just decided to right then and there. I met a lady named Colleen who, she taught me the art of storytelling, how to get up on a stage and tell a story that hooked the audience, how to get up on a stage and understand the body language, the tone, all of this. And normally she charges thousands of dollars for that, but again, I met her at a networking event, and after hearing my life story, she just wanted to give it to me for free. And that helped me so much. It helped me in tremendous ways. But it was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable to unpack those hard memories, and I'm sitting at my desk, my pen's shaking, my tears are hitting the page. It was uncomfortable. Sometimes it's those hard moments, it's the challenges, it's the discomfort that ultimately will get you to the life you want. It's having the faith and the belief to book that plane ticket, to get on that plane and go to new heights. It's that belief in yourself. It's that belief in God. It's that ability to have faith in the unseen. It's that ability to move by faith, not by sight. It's that ability to move by faith, not by what's in your bank account. It's that ability to move by faith, not what's in the driveway, not who you have in your life, not what you have or don't have, not where you live or don't live, not the color of your skin, not any of these things, but it is your ability to move by faith, not by sight, that will bring the life that you want onto you. You seek first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and these things will be added onto you. You don't seek after the cars, you don't seek after the house or after the money or after the people or the relationships. You don't seek after those. You seek after God and all of his righteousness, and those things will be added onto you if it isn't in accordance with God's will. Because God's ways are much higher than yours. That's something I've had to remind myself of. That we might think we know, we might think we have it figured out, but we don't know nothing compared to what God knows. And when God wants it to happen, God makes a way. God will make it happen, because with man it is impossible, but with God all things are possible. It is possible if you have faith the size of a mustard seed. You can tell that mountain in your life to move, and it will move. You can tell that obstacle to move, and it will move. Maybe not overnight, maybe not immediately. It's going to be hard. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take pushing. But God gives you the strength. God gives you the talent, the treasure, and everything you need in order to achieve what you want. God makes a way. And with that said, I hope you all have a wonderful, lovely, and blessed day. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe for more. And remember, believe in yourself, keep God in your life, and seek after Him, and all these things will be added on to you. Have a good one.